Morning guys, Mark Fresh, your Protect Dog Training. On my way to take a dog to the vet. Well, I thought I'd yak her on the screen as in regards to Shohei, learning the tricks. I want you to pay attention to my voice tone and how I'm keying in certain things, and then realize that there's a larger picture than just the behavior. And I've been accenting this for a while with a bunch of people, trying to get people to understand it's not about just the behavior. It's about all the things that go into training. And so we want to go back to no, good, and yes. And I watched that video that I'm posting right now. I'm pushing it up. And I watched it and I realized that I was saying yes in certain areas that I was kind of, it was in conflict with what I'm trying to achieve, right? So you have to remember and go back to what no, good, and yes means, right? No is usually nothing more than you didn't do it right, I want you to do it again, right? There are some corrective times that you do that, but you want to build it in. You want to build the no aspect of things, as in you just didn't do it right, I want you to do it again. And so your attitude and how you approach that is just nope. And a lot of times you'll see me robbing the dog of the food and I'm saying no, and I'm saying nope, and I'm waiting for him to figure it out. I'm not getting what I want. He's telling me no, and you'll see me pausing and waiting for the dog to figure it out. It's kind of a shaping type of an attitude where you're saying nope and you're not giving him his food. It's a punishment in itself, him not getting his food. He's being robbed of it. But this is something that we've been doing with the animals the whole time. We build the animal into, first we start with no, good, and yes, right? So the concepts of what that means is important for you to be able to use later on in training, and you can mesh it into other things we're doing. So pay attention to my voice tone and how I'm saying no and what I'm doing when I'm saying good, right? Good is a duration marker, and I'm using it in this context very much so. That good means you're doing the right thing. I want you to keep it up, because I'm taking it into calmness, right? I'm taking it into basically waiting. I want you to wait, calm, wait, and then the explosion, right? So the explosion release comes into mental states of mind as well, right? And he's going to start waiting for that time level and knows that that explosion is going to happen. All he's got to do is wait for me to give him that. Right? So we're weaving it in, we're meshing it into our work so that the contexts mean the same things in all kinds of different areas, right? But it allows us to have the tools in the tool bag to be able to use, to be able to get this that I'm trying to get out of him. Watch, I'm going to start teaching him tricks and a bunch of other things, and you'll start to see how no, good, and yes and the voice tone matters, right? It's communication to the dog. Right? You're communicating to him what you want, and the context of what that means is always going to be the same. Well, not always going to be the same, but for the most part, it's going to be the same. Good, good. You're doing the right thing. Keep it up. You're floating the dog. You're getting him to wait, and then boom, into explosion. Right? When he starts understanding that that's going to be the concept, he'll start to pay attention all the more so, and understand what you're trying to get out of him, because you've built in that communication baseboard. The nose tap. A lot of times I don't even realize I do it, but I saw another dog trainer doing it, and he got it from me. But that's all well and good. He started doing nose taps. It works, right? Tapping him on the nose is a cue, right? And it works. And I don't really care that I know that he got it from me, but I know he did. I've been doing it for a long time, and a lot of these trainers watch my videos. It's all great, you know. And this guy is a pretty good trainer. He's got law enforcement background. He's in Florida, and he does a really good job. So we can all learn from each other. There's always going to be somebody doing something else that I can learn from. Lately, I've been watching Oscar with his little Connie Corso, and he's using a lot of shaping in that dog. Why? It's a very young dog, and that dog is going to learn to reach and figure out things for himself. He's giving that dog context within the way he's being worked that'll get the dog's brain and the flow of the training to go the way he wants it to, right? Using shaping. So there's no reason to have to be purely pure in anything you're doing. You can have little tidbits of shaping. You have a little bit of aversive. You can have a little bit, and people don't understand that. They think that just because Oscar is shaping, that's the only way to do it. No, it's just one more tool in your tool bag that you can use, right? And it makes it's great. It's good stuff. We can all learn from each other, guys, is what I'm trying to accent here, right? I watch all kinds of other trainers' videos, and I watch and I pay attention to what they're doing, and I pick up a little faster than most because I've got years of experience under my belt. So I can kind of see, okay, I can use that. So you see me kind of, it's not that I haven't used shaping before, I use it all the time, but I do it in certain areas, and I may not accent it to you guys, right? So a lot of these trainers are accenting shaping lately, and it's a good thing. You know, you get Justin Rigney does it. He started accenting shaping. Other trainers see them do it, and pretty soon they start doing videos, and they accent that aspect of things, right? And it's good stuff. There's no reason that there's only one way to train a dog. There's 1,001 ways to train a dog, and you can mix this stuff in as you're working with understanding that it's all about, when it comes down to it, how many dogs do you have under your belt, how many times, and you'll start doing things, and it all comes from, what do I talk about? The gut feeling of dog training, from that emotional plane that you acquire with time and consistency, working a multitude of different dogs, and then you find yourself doing this when you need it, right? When you need it, it's there for you. You pull the tool out of your bag and you start using it, right? So it's good stuff. So pay attention to that. No good and yes, and start thinking about my voice tone and how I'm getting the dog to go to these emotional states of mind that I need, all right? I'll talk to you later. Mark Fresh, Protect Dog Training, signing off.